Morning. J-Rant. Friday J-Rant. Friday J-Rant. Here's the camera. I don't know why I want to look over here. It's so bad. All right, J-Rant. Don Lemon got arrested 4 o'clock this morning in Los Angeles. He's covering the, covering the Grammys, Emmys or the Grammys, something like that. And knock knock on my, on his, not mine, on his hotel door. And FBI lynched him up. A lot of people saying it's going to be great for his look and for his like money. He'll make a lot of money after this because, again, his name. I'm speaking of his name right now. But I would suggest you go and hit the link below. Put a link to it. It's a YouTube video of Don Lemon interviewing Elon Musk. And I'm making the rant because I was getting sick. I was yelling at my phone at the video because if you just watch it, first of all, hypocrisy up the yazoo, okay? Asking Elon the most, just keeps on asking him about the Adderall or whatever he's on. He's on the ketamine. That's what he's on, the prescription of ketamine. And tries to get into his medical details. And it's like, first of all, it's illegal to go there. And two, on an interview like that, come on, man. And I had a little joke. I was like, you should talk to Don Lemon about his ED pills for his stupiding in the tuchus. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just ask him that. Hey, well, he kind of fires back. Elon fires back later on. And I know, I would have lost it. That's what I'm saying. I would have probably said something stupid and crass like that. And then I can't hold myself. But Elon does a great job of kind of just really sticking to his guns and sticking to what the truth was. But then Don Lemon starts asking him about X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, and asking him about does he believe in continuing with hate speech and this and that? And Elon kept saying, listen, man, we're going to stay within the boundaries of the law. We're not going to anything that's unlawful. We're not going to allow on X. And Don Lemon is like, well, I don't believe in censorship either, but I think that you should have guardrails and this and that. Just the speak out the side of his mouth, man. I'm glad this dude got arrested, and I hope they throw the fucking book at him for that shit that he did in Minneapolis. Speaking of Minneapolis, that Peretti, or Alex Pierre Peretti, I thought that was a bad shoot. I know that they're trying to throw dig on him, he wasn't this great a guy. It doesn't matter. It was a bad shoot again. He had a shitty gun. He had that SIG gun that is known to fault and go off. I believe when you got 8 guys wrestling around, he might have been trying to just retain the gun so that it didn't fly out of the holster. I don't know. I wasn't there. Probably wouldn't have been there. Again, I wasn't there. Maybe he was holding the gun. He was it's not even a concealed carry. It's like a right to carry there in Minnesota. It's a right to carry, just like that. And that's just a tough sitch, man. You can't. You play with fire, you're gonna get burned. It doesn't mean that assassination or whatever behind the head, dude, that was pretty bad. It was not a good look. Not a good look at all. Regardless of what side you stand on this, first, it sucks that the dude had to lose his life, okay? Second is, none of those officers were in danger of anything. If you see the video, you see what happened. He wasn't reaching for the gun. When he had his hand on the gun, his fingers off the trigger, whatever. Just the evidence doesn't show that he was in malice. But it's a tough sitch. And I don't think the dude should have been there. And if he was, I know he was standing up for a lady, got pushed on the ground, and tensions and this and that. But man, like I said, you got to be weary of when you go forward with doing something like that. And it doesn't mean it was right. And I go back to the thing about training. This all goes back to training. Everyone wants to just say ice, whoom, and lump it in. And I'm like, no, that's just like saying cops. Whoom. When you get rookies, or you get people who don't understand de-escalation, or maybe they're all tactile and shit, but they just don't know how to deal with people, either one-on-one or in group situations or in chaos situations, and they have guns and they have multiple testosterone and egos all bound up together, man, you're gonna have a bad outcome. I don't care which way it is. And if you're out there and you're promoting like, well, this is what it's lawful and this is what I'm doing, I'm gonna stand up for it, just be prepared to pay the consequence, the ultimate consequences with your life, because this kind of shit can get out of control like that. I'm not saying to show up, and I'm not saying not to show up. I'm not saying not to protest, and I'm not saying to protest. I'm just saying think about the situations and how it affects your life and others around you when you get involved with this stuff. Because, and I'm all about 1A and 2A and 4A and the 14th Amendment and all that stuff, but you got there's a point, there's a ticking time bomb, right? And it's just being aware of your situation surroundings. And was it perfect? No. It was, again, another shit show. And is some of this stuff being pushed by the left or the right? Dude, I don't know. I'm not in the inn. I'm just a citizen like you, working here at a warehouse and trying to make a living and have a family and do the thing, right? And you have your projects and your hobbies, and maybe you got to go to the library, and maybe you promote the library, maybe you got a marathon coming up. There's all kinds of stuff. We're all like here to enjoy entrepreneurism and living life and or working for other people or making projects nonprofit. We're all here to do good things, right? We want to see other people succeed. Most of it, I'm saying like the 95% of us or 98%. We all want to do good. We all want the others to do good around us. We don't want people to get hurt. We don't see people get shot behind the head. At the same time, we don't want to see people going fucking rampant and like shooting people like they did in Australia, or shooting people like they've done here at the schools, and all, again, the plethora of malice that has gone on in the past. And no, don't take away the guns. Again, gun safety, learning. And you have an armed society. That's a very polite society. And you're going to get a society, you're always going to have bad apples, I believe. So, 7 minutes. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. Don Lemon, I hope you just have a terrible time for the next 6 months, especially for doing that interview with Elon Musk, man. God. Ugh. It was just like being around like a shitty fart while trying to eat food, like with Parmesan cheese, right? Ugh. Just, where like people were throwing up around you trying to eat like spaghetti with Parmesan cheese on top. You know what I'm talking about? If you know what I know, you know what I'm talking about. Bad. That's what that Don Lemon interview. But go hit the link below. Tank says, subscribe to the Top Stat podcast, man. It'll save your life. All right, guys. Love, peace, hair grease. Don't get caught up in some bullshit. I have a worker here. Been working since 1996. He's from Mexico. He has a visa. Been working here non-stop, but on and off since 1996. He took a long hiatus, but he's going to show up and work again. He is not illegal, and he has a work visa to come here. And his family's born and raised here, like meaning his kids and the grandkids. So take everything into perspective, when talking about immigration and legal or illegal. My grandmother, she died at the age of 96 in East LA as an illegal alien. She was not a documented, as they say, resident. She wasn't a U.S. citizen. She was a Mexican lady from Chihuahua, Mexico. And so, but that was a different time and a different place. We still should have respect for others and everyone around us. So God bless. Talk to you later.